The most common scenario that we have in our practice here on the other side of the bay, which is we have clients who are here and they're US citizens, but they own property in another country, maybe because their parents still live in this other country and they have inherited, or the parents have died in this other country and they've inherited property. For whatever reason, they may own real estate, in India, in China, or anywhere. So what are we doing for those people? What's the advice that we are giving them?
Well, there's some advice, I guess, that is just general. I've encountered people, and quite frankly, I have to admit, early in my career, I did it myself, who have put into their wills that I give my property located in, well, I'm going to use France as an example. I give my property in France to the trustee of my trust to be distributed according to the trust. France doesn't recognize trusts.
Right. So that is
So
a problem from the get-go.
that's a problem from the get-go. As a general rule, the only countries that actually recognize trusts tend to be the former British colonies.
British,
Germany
right.
doesn't have a trust concept. China doesn't have a trust concept. Lots of countries don't have trust concepts. Going back to, international law, if you will, you've probably heard of the Hague Conventions
Sure.
or the Hague Treaties. There's a number, I don't know, a couple of hundred treaties that exist. One of those treaties is the Hague Convention on International Wills.
Oh.
So there actually is a treaty, the US has signed it, and a number of other countries have signed it, that said, look, if you've got a will that follows this format, even if it doesn't comply with the requirements that our country has for wills, we will honor that will in our country. And actually, Kirsten, it's embedded in the California Probate Code. There's a section of the California Probate Code that outlines the exact language that the international will needs to contain, and it follows the wording that's in the Hague Treaty or the Hague Convention on International Wills. So what I do many times is I will create an international will for people with the idea that it is probably going to be admitted to probate in that other country.
Right.
Now, again, we still can't do things like say that even if it's England, we can't say that the cottage that we've got in the Cotswolds is going to be put into the trust and distributed under the trust. It needs to be, the cottage in the Cotswolds goes to my sister who lives wherever it is that they live. But we can at least get the will admitted to probate in the foreign country and avoid, again, this is legalese, but avoid intestate succession.